if you're reading this, then I can safely say with a 100% accuracy that yes, clickbait does work. Hello, small dog. Now, why does clickbait work is pretty much what I'm going to be discussing in place of a vlog today, and rather how people have come to see it as scummy. Now, the science behind clickbait is actually pretty straightforward. People are naturally curious, hence why we went to space, hence why we have antibiotics, hence why we have anything. We as the human race enjoy finding things that are wrong with the world or finding things that we don't know yet and trying to gather information on them. Say, for example, you have a video titled, "A man scientifically dies and comes back." Well, that's not going to do as well as a video titled, "Man back from dead" with like 6 question marks, because that kind of leaves a little bit to be desired. It leaves a little hole in the memory in place of something like, say, oh, well, it was science. Clearly, they did something scientific that caused the man to die and then subsequently come back. Or it was like, oh, magic or some shit like that, you know, just something outlandish that people wouldn't exactly attribute to it. And so when you have those two different titles side by side, the science kills a man and brings him back, and man comes back from dead, question mark, more people are going to click on man comes back from dead, even if it's a less well-produced video. Hence, even the title of this video, which was, "Does clickbait work?" in my opening line. Yes, it does. That tells you all you need to know. But you're going to stay because back behind it is like, how does it work? Question mark. And so I'm explaining to you how this works, and rather why it's seen as scummy. Now, I personally try to stay away from clickbait as much as I can because I don't see it as a good tactic. Don't get me wrong, it's probably the only effective tactic left on YouTube aside from praying to the eldritch gods of view count. And, well, I suppose this is me caving to it a little bit, playing into it a little bit. So, why do people hate it? That's actually fairly easy to answer. You take a man, and you take the old phrase, "Fool me once, shame on me, fool me twice, shame on you." Now, everybody's clicked on a clickbait link in their life. Everybody. If you say you haven't clicked on a clickbait link, or one of those links that says you want a free so-and-so when you first got on computers, you're lying. Out your ass. Yes, I'm wearing a red shirt with a red background. Because I know that's a retort people are going to come up with. It's like, oh, I got to find something to insult him on to throw him off his guard. I'm talking to a man who doesn't exist here, clearly. So, people hate clickbait because they hate being fooled, and they hate wasting time. Time is money, and money is probably, and unfortunately, one of the most important things to most humans out there. Don't get me wrong, some people are going to prioritize friends or family or their lover or their home life or something like that over money, but when it comes down to it, they would gladly trade some aspect of that away to make sure they comfortably live in it better. AKA, more money. Now, clickbait, oh wow, Inception goggles. Clickbait works on a premises that people want to know what it does. That's my first point, and I just tore my face off. Ooh, that was comfortable. It works on a premise that people are naturally curious. Now, you all know the old phrase, "curiosity killed the cat," but satisfaction brought it back, and that's the entire phrase for those of you who didn't know. So, I'm going to round about and come back to my other point. People hate being tricked. You waste time, you theoretically waste money. Now, given you're on a computer and probably wasting time either way, according to some people, you're most likely not going to be too pissed, but you're spending the time in a way you want, which is what differentiates between wasted time and unwasted time, if it is spent doing what you enjoy, or what you know you have to do in some cases for some people. So, you have these two effects. You have the pull, and you have the fact that you usually have to wade through pages laden with more ads than your standard, advertising portfolio guide, which is a very stretched analogy, but it rings about as true as every broken bell in Pittsburgh. Get it? Liberty Bell joke? No? Okay. So, that's the trick behind it. You reel them in with a clickbaity thing, and then you provide nothing of actual value. Now, sometimes you'll have an answer buried in all the clickbait, and rather, I support a group on Facebook, if you guys want to go out and support these guys too, #InTheClickbait. And what they do is they have people go out, like hundreds of people, go out, find these clickbait articles, scroll through them until they find the answer, and then put it in the comments. And not only put it in the comments, but use the tag "InTheClickbait," which alerts the page with the same title who goes and takes those and posts it on their wall. So if you hate clickbait and you want to get rid of it, just do that. Easy. You can do this in the video below here, too. I'm actually going to put it in the comments. I'm going to spoil my own stuff. It's like spoilers. I ramble on for about 5 minutes about how clickbait doesn't do shit. However, because of the way I set up this video, this is probably going to be one of my highest viewed videos in the past 2 or 3 months. Fascinating, huh? Anyway, I'm the Biological Machine, a gamer, voice actor, and generic asshole to the world. And thank you all for watching. New subscribers and old, as always, be sure to click that like button if you enjoyed this kind of bullshitty talk, and maybe share it to a couple of friends who could also use a little explanation of why clickbait works, and why so many people hate it. Other than that, I think that's all I have time for. I actually can't see my stop recording button because my goggles have fogged up. Peace out.